Now let's take some time to shift gears and talk a little bit about how SMART goals can help guide your IPDP. Just to refresh your memory, the acronym SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. And these are all criteria that should be used when you're assessing your goal and revising your goal to make it a SMART goal. As you remember from our IPDP walkthrough, there's a specific section in the IPDP form that asks you to list 3 specific, concrete, measurable professional development goals and the date that you hope to achieve each. And by approaching developing these goals with a SMART goal mentality, it will be really easy to fill out this section of your IPDP. So let's take a step back and think about why SMART goals are necessary for the IPDP process. So IPDPs really form the foundation for solid plans to be constructed. So think of this as your roadmap to achieving your goals. Also, the SMART goal process allows for accountability. So by writing down, the specific dates and the specific measurements for success, you can both keep yourself accountable and have others keep you accountable and honest in achieving your goals. Also, setting SMART goals makes it really easy to monitor progress and set benchmarks towards those goals and really break that goal into small, manageable chunks. And those small chunks allow for your goals to seem much more attainable than they would if they were just vague um, and nondescript. So, I want to take you through the process of developing these SMART goals, both for yourself and for the educators at your program. So, take a look at this site coordinator profile. As you can see, this person's strengths are engaging with families and managing staff. However, they're weak in using data to drive the effectiveness of their program, and also they feel weak creating curriculum and instructing children with diverse needs, such as special education population or um, students of varying family background and socioeconomic status. So let's take a look at what this individual initially had for their goal, their professional development goal. And as you can see, this is their less than SMART goal. So this is point A, and the SMART goal is point B. So what you'll notice about this goal is that it's very vague. It doesn't have any concrete dates or concrete action items that are associated with it. It simply states, "Oh, I'll look at the data gathered in our programs more frequently," but it doesn't answer to what end. So if we're looking at making that less than SMART goal into a SMART goal, we need to really hone in on the weakness. So for this person, assessing program effectiveness with data is really the thing that this person has identified as an area of growth. So let's take a look at the acronym. Specific and relevant. So we see that the next kind of metric for assessing a SMART goal is actionable. And this section of the goal and use the CQI process actually puts an action step into the SMART goal. So it identifies the specific process that will be used to identify the weak point in the program. Next is measurable. We need to figure out a way to use data or assess the success of this goal using data. And you see that the measurable component of this goal is to improve child outcomes by 10%. So by giving a very specific number that would constitute success, that progress to that goal is very easily measurable. And the last is time bound. You have to kind of set an end date so that you know when this goal can be achieved by. And for this person, it is December of 2016. Now let's take a look at SMART goal development from an educator perspective. So another educator profile. Um, this person's strengths are really planning engaging STEM activities. This is the field that this educator is particularly passionate about, and also facilitating conflict resolution between students who are facing, difficulties, whether it be bullying or otherwise. Some areas that educator can grow are incorporating literacy strategies into his activities. Again, he's really STEM focused and is kind of weak at the literacy component of curriculum planning, and also communicating with families. So if we look at this educator's less than SMART goal, we see that he identifies that he hopes to get better at planning reading time during activities. It's kind of a vague goal. It doesn't really have measurable outcomes attached to it. And if we move into translating that into a SMART goal, we see that the specific and relevant component is improving literacy planning skills, right? So looking at that educator's area of weakness, we saw that incorporating literacy strategies into his activities was his weakness. So this is a specific improvement that he wants to make to his literacy planning skills, and we see that's directly connected to his weakness. To make it actionable, this educator identifies that he would like to take at least one 5-hour training about how to infuse literacy strategies into the curriculum. So that's something, an action that he can take to achieve and improve his literacy planning skills. Next is time bound. So by the beginning of summer camp, the one area that I would say to improve on here is what year is this summer camp occurring in? And then to make it measurable, he wants to be consistently planning at least one literacy related activity per week for his group. So you see the level of specificity increases as you are able to incorporate specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, and time bound goals.